Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Welcome in, everybody, to today's Crossroads League doubleheader between your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars, entering today in 7th place in the Crossroads League with a 14-18 conference record, 21-24 overall, hosting the 9th place Goshen College Maple Leafs, who enter with a 16-35-1 overall record, 8-24-1 in conference play. St. Francis currently on a 4-game win streak, as we're pretty much set here for the starting lineups for today's game. Real quick for Goshen College, leading off is Candace Sutter, the center fielder. So we are all set to go. Welcome in, everybody, to Westendorf Field for today's Crossroads League doubleheader, the last regular season games of the season. We're going to start you off with Goshen College, the Maple Leafs. Batting leadoff is number 8, Candace Sutter, center fielder. Batting in the second spot, number 27, Sandra Rodriguez, first baseman. Batting third, number 24, Catherine Boyer, second baseman. Batting cleanup is number 11, Leah Herman, third baseman. Batting fifth, number 4, Rihanna Cotelis, designated player. Batting sixth, number 16, Brooke Mays, right fielder. Batting seventh, number 5, Taylor Sutliff, left fielder. Batting eighth, number 32, Allison White, shortstop. And batting ninth, number 2, Cassandra Espinosa, the catcher. The pitcher for the Lady Maple Leafs today is number 9, Alexis Carpenter. And now the starting lineup for your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars. Batting leadoff, number 13, second baseman, Brianna Pryor. Batting second, number 27, Lizzie Meyer, center fielder. Batting third, number 6, Morgan Hubble, first baseman. Batting cleanup, number 24, Brooke Heron, starting pitcher. Batting fifth, number 12, Taylor Tucker, the third baseman. Batting sixth, number 11, Cassidy Ferrer, shortstop. Batting seventh, number 2, Jordan Schneider, designated player. Batting eighth, number 42, Vivian Goodpaster, right fielder. And batting ninth, number 10, Don Janae Chamberlain, left fielder. The flex player is number 9, Abby Mosier, catching. We'll now rise for the playing of our national anthem. right, ladies, time to play ball. And there you have it, folks. Starting lineups for today's Crossroads League doubleheader. Major implications on the line here for the Goshen College Maple Leafs, currently in 9th place in the Crossroads League, looking to jump ahead of Grace College, who is in 8th place, to secure that final spot in the Crossroads League tournament. Grace has a doubleheader at Marion today. Marion just wrapping up its 4th season as the Crossroads League regular season champions. A four-peat for Marion down in Indianapolis. If Goshen College were to win both games, then Goshen would have 10 wins and 24 losses, and Grace would drop to 10 wins and 26 losses. So Goshen could sneak into that final spot if they were to get a pair of victories today here against your Lady Cougars. St. Francis, on the other hand, in 7th place, has already wrapped or secured their spot in the Crossroads League postseason tournament. If St. Francis were to get a sweep of the Lady Maple Leafs today, that would be 6 wins in a row for the Lady Cougars. And there are some opportunities for St. Francis to possibly move into 6th place, which would be huge for St. Francis, because that would be the difference of playing Indiana Wesleyan or playing Taylor in game number 1 of the CL tournament. So leading off here for Goshen is going to be Candace Sutter, the center fielder. Candace with a .252 batting average, 38 hits, 28 runs scored, and 151 at-bats, 6 RBI, 10 walks, 20 strikeouts. And she leads the team with 16 stolen bases in 18 attempts. So the first pitch is ball 1 to Sutter. In the circle, it's Brooke Heron for your Lady Cougars. Brooke has been on fire as of late, picking up a victory her last time out in game number 1 here on Saturday against Bethel College. She enters with a 3.30 ERA and a 10-8 record on the season. Ball hit over to Taylor Tucker, who comes up firing for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down here for the Lady Cougars. Brooke Heron in 118.2 innings pitched has given up 128 hits, 77 runs, 38 walks, 61 strikeouts, and opposing batters are hitting .271 against Brooke Heron. That'll bring the plate number 27, Sandra Rodriguez, the first baseman, down in this count, 0-1. Rodriguez entering with a .311 batting average, which is second best on the team. 38 hits and 17 runs scored and 122 at-bats. It's a called second strike down in this count, 0-2. She's got 6 RBI on the season, 9 walks, 16 strikeouts, and is 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts for the 9th place Lady Maple Leafs from Goshen College out of Goshen, Indiana. Rodriguez is only a sophomore from Palmdale, California, went to Knight High School. 1-2 is your count here in the top of the first inning. Pitch just misses inside. 2-2 is your count. Nice off-speed pitch by Brooke Heron. Her first strikeout of the game. Brooke had a career-high 11 strikeouts in game number 1 against Bethel. That's going to bring to the plate number 24, Catherine Boyer. Boyer with the third best batting average on the team, hitting .310. Swings at the first pitch right off the glove of Heron, and that is going to be a 2-out single for Catherine Boyer. Brings up number 11, Leah Herman, third baseman. Herman batting .305 on the season, 36 hits, 15 runs scored, and 118 at-bats. She has 6 home runs, one of 3 Maple Leafs with 6 home runs, 23 RBI, 16 walks, 24 strikeouts. For Leah Herman, as that first pitch will miss upstairs for ball 1. Herman, a freshman from Carena, California, went to Santiago High School. Corona, that is. Counts evened up at 1 apiece now to Leah Herman. St. Francis was awesome in game number 2 against Bethel on Saturday, winning it 19-2 in 5 innings. 2-1 is your count to Herman. The 4-game win streak started on Friday in game number 1 against Huntington. Cougars winning it 5-1. Behind the right arm of Brooke Herron. Lady Cougars winning game number 2 7-5, and it was Katie Gebhard, the senior, picking up the win. A day later, St. Francis beating Bethel 3-2 as Herron picks up her second strikeout of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the first. We are scoreless here from Westendorf Field.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for champions. In the circle for Goshen is Alexis Carpenter, entering with a 3.64 ERA, a 9-14 record on the season. In a 159.2 innings pitched, she's given up 193 hits, 117 runs, 83 of those earned, 43 walks, 66 strikeouts, and opposing batters hitting .288 against Alexis Carpenter. Leading off for St. Francis is Bree Carpenter, or excuse me, Brianna Pryor. Pryor entering today with a .305 batting average, 36 hits, 31 runs scored, and 118 at-bats. 14 RBI on the season, 19 walks, 10 strikeouts. And Bree has 34 stolen bases on the season, which is a new single-season record for St. Francis. That one ripped right back at Carpenter for out number 1. It's going to bring up to the plate Lizzie Meyer. Lizzie with the team best .361 batting average has 52 hits and 22 runs scored and 144 at-bats, 26 RBI, 13 walks, 6 strikeouts, and she's 13 of 16 for stolen bases. First pitch is up and in for ball 1. Meyer has been on fire at the plate for St. Francis. Going to check that one low in the zone for strike 1. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Meyer is currently on a 7-game hit streak. Down in this count, 1-2. While playing great center field as she ranks number 1 in the country with 0 errors on the season. 2 up, 2 down. That's 2 assists there for the pitcher, Alexis Carpenter. That'll bring up number 6, Morgan Hubble. Hubble, the senior, was honored this past Saturday on Senior Day. Entering with a .310 batting average, 22 hits, 8 runs scored, and 71 at-bats, 9 RBI, 10 walks, 15 strikeouts for Morgan Hubble. Hubble was 1 for 2 with a run scored and a double in game number 2 against Bethel last time out. On the 0-1, that is picked up in foul territory, so 0-2 now your count. The head coach for Goshen College is Kristen Coulter in her 5th season. Assistant coach is Becca Puckett. Pitch misses inside for ball 1. 1-2 now to Hubble, who's a senior from Anderson, Indiana, Pendleton Heights High School. Ball ripped right up the gut, 2-out single. That's going to roll all the way to the fence. Hubble will hold up at second base for a 2-out stand-up double for Morgan Hubble. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Brooke Herron. Each team now with 1 hit in this game. Actually, they're going to credit St. Francis for an error in the top half of the inning. That was the sharply hit ball right up the middle that went off the glove of Herron. First pitch to strike. 0-1 is your count. Pitch low by Alexis Carpenter. Carpenter, a senior from Central Lake, Michigan, is a transfer from Muskegon Community College. Grooves that one in there for strike number 2. Herron entering with a .314 batting average, 11 hits, 3 runs scored, and 35 at-bats, 1 home run, 5 RBI, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts on the season for Brooke Herron. Good eye on the pitch, down and in. Counts evened up at 2 apiece with 2 outs. And it's Morgan Hubble at second base. The freshman third baseman Taylor Tucker on deck. And that was right off the catcher's shin guard. Might have caught a little bit of the leg. Cassandra Espinoza, number 2, making up the battery with Carpenter. Espinoza's a freshman from Sylmar, California. Seven players from California, as Herron's going to get hit in the left shoulder. So Goshen College, 7 players on their roster from the state of California. Now with 2 outs, that brings up freshman Taylor Tucker with runners at first and second base. Tucker entering with a .308 batting average, 40 hits and 20 runs scored, and 130 at-bats. She's got 2 triples on the season, 22 RBI, 12 walks, 9 strikeouts, and she's 6 for 10 in stolen base attempts. Up in this count, 1 out. Tucker off the handle, slow roller to short. We're out number 3. Assisting on the play was the shortstop, Allison White. As we head to the top of the first, we are scoreless here from Westendorf Field.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Welcome back, everybody, to Westendorf Field here in the top of the second inning. Leading it off is number 4, Rihanna Cotelas, the designated player. Cotelas enters with a .297 batting average, 43 hits and 26 runs scored and 145 at-bats. She, too, has 6 home runs on the season, as that one's hit into deep center field, and it's gone. A solo home run for Cotelas. Gives Goshen the lead, 1-0, and their first hit of the game. No doubt about that one. Dead center field. That one bounced off of the road behind the scoreboard. Just the first hit of the game given up by Brooke Heron. It's going to bring the plate, number 16, Brooke Mays. Mays, a .274 batting average, 37 hits, 23 runs scored, and 135 at-bats. She has 4 home runs on the season, 16 RBI, 14 walks, 12 strikeouts, and she's 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts. Down in this count, 0-1. Mays is a senior from Goshen, Indiana, went to Northridge High School. 0-2 is the count. Off-speed pitch. Fouled off the end of her bat. Mays stays alive at the plate. Brooke Heron once again. 11 strikeouts in game number 1 against Bethel, as that ball is ripped up the gut. Good job of cutting that ball off by Lizzie Meyer. That's going to save a base. So back-to-back hits here for Bethel with 0 outs in the top of the second. That's going to bring up Taylor Sutliff. Sutliff, a .250 batting average, 26 hits, 9 runs scored, and 104 at-bats. 8 RBI, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, 1 for 3 in stolen base attempts. One of those to count. Sutliff misses on the bunt attempt for strike 1. 1-1's your count. Sutliff is a junior outfielder. She, too, from California, went to Vasquez High School. Two balls, 1 strike. That bunt attempt goes foul. Count is now 2-2 to Sutliff. Heron, the 2-2. Another ball hit sharply up the gut. Nice stop by Brianna Pryor as she's able to get the lead runner. What a diving grab for Brianna Pryor. Great play for out number 1. So Sutliff reaches on the fielder's choice. We got 1 out for Allison White, number 32. White with a .153 batting average, 13 hits, 9 runs scored, and 85 at-bats. 4 RBI, 3 walks, 15 strikeouts. And 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts. Up in this count, 1-0. Off-speed pitch misses high, 2-0's your count. Goshen now with 2 hits in this game. St. Francis 1 hit, 1 error. Count's evened up at 2 apiece after the foul ball. Brooke Heron's previous high in strikeouts before the 11 strikeout game against Bethel was 6 strikeouts in a game. She did that twice, once against Taylor and once against Grace. Full count now to Allison White. White's going to foul that out of play. She's a sophomore from Greenwood, Indiana, went to Center Grove High School. Heron on the full count. Once again, White fouls it off. Off speed, misses upstairs. First walk of the game for Heron, and we have runners at first and second with 1 out for Cassandra Espinosa. The catcher. Espinosa enters with a 196 batting average, 20 hits, 17 runs scored, and 102 at-bats, 5 RBI, 7 walks, 12 strikeouts, and she's 5 of 6 in stolen base attempts. Heron's going to miss outside.
You're in control, 2-4. You're in control, babe. You got it here.
Ball popped up to Ferrer at short. As Ferrer makes the grab for out number 2. With two outs, that brings up the leadoff batter, Candace Sutter. Entering today, hitting .250, grounded out to third baseman Taylor Tucker in her first at-bat. Now with 2 outs and runners at first and second base for Sutter. Takes that first pitch for strike 1. Sutter's a senior from North Branch, Michigan. She's one of 3 players that went to Muskegon Community College, as Tucker takes it herself. It's forced out at third for out number 3. We'll head to the top or bottom of the second. Lady Cougars down 1-0.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com.
Welcome back, everybody, here in the bottom of the second inning. Leading it off for St. Francis will be Ferrer, Jordan Schneider, and Vivian Goodpaster. Lady Cougars down 1-0 here. In the bottom of the second. Ferrer entering today with a .317 batting average. Has 40 hits and 20 runs scored and 126 at-bats. 2 home runs, 19 RBI, 13 walks, 16 strikeouts, and she's 3 of 4 in stolen base attempts. 1-0 is your count to Ferrer. Second pitch misses upstairs for ball 2. Ferrer takes that for strike number 1. Cassidy currently on a 5-game hit streak. 1-2 is your count after the foul ball. That hit streak started in game number 2 against Spring Arbor a week ago on Tuesday. She was 1 for 4, then 3 for 3 in the first game against Huntington, 2 for 3 with a run scored in the second game against Huntington, 1 for 3 in game number 1 against Bethel, and she was 1 for 1 with a run scored and 2 walks in game number 2 against Bethel. One-two is the count to the freshman Cassidy Ferrer, starting shortstop from Westfield, Indiana, where she was a Shamrock. 2-2 is your count. The Crossroads League tournament will be played in Westfield, Indiana at Grand Park. The tournament will be held Wednesday through Friday. And when I looked at the Weather Channel today, and we have a 100% chance of rain on Thursday. So Ferrer will pop out to Espinosa for out number 1. It's going to bring up Jordan Schneider. Schneider with a team best 5 home runs is batting .273, 21 hits, 16 runs scored, and 77 at-bats. 3 walks, 18 strikeouts. And she's 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts. 0-1's your count. Once again in the circle, it's the senior Alexis Carpenter. And Schneider's down now 0-2. Schneider's last home run came against Huntington this past Friday. It was a shot to right field. Then the game against Bethel, she had a hit to the right field fence for a double. And Schneider reaches first with the second hit of the game for the Lady Cougars. 1 out, Jordan Schneider at first base for number 42, Vivian Goodpaster. Vivian, a .275 batting average, 22 hits, 9 runs scored, and 80 at-bats, 15 RBI, 8 walks, 15 strikeouts. Swings at the first pitch, backhanded by the shortstop. No play at second base as Schneider's able to beat it out. Lady Cougars now on a roll here with back-to-back hits. That brings up Don Janae Chamberlain. Don Janae entering with a .230 batting average, 17 hits and 17 runs scored and 74 at-bats. 1 home run, 5 RBI, 9 walks, 13 strikeouts. And she is 12 of 15 in stolen base attempts. On deck, it's Brianna Pryor. So that first pitch is a ball to Chamberlain. Pryor, after that big weekend, has raised her batting average over 300, now batting .305, entering today's doubleheader. 2-0's the count. Pryor with 86 career stolen bases as she broke the record over a week ago. The record was at 70 stolen bases, so she just continues to rack them up. As Don Janae Chamberlain draws the walk, we have bases loaded. Pryor grounded out to the pitcher in her first at-bat. here with bases loaded. Pryor 0 home runs on the season and throughout her career. She's a contact hitter. Career batting average of .388. Batted .420 last year and .419 her freshman year. Started off a little bit slow this season, but has been on fire lately. Swing and a miss for Pryor. Down in this count, 0-2. With 1 out and bases loaded, Lizzie Meyer on deck. Pryor punches at it. And smart play there for the shortstop, getting the force out at home. That's Allison White making the play. 2 outs. Pryor reaches first on the fielder's choice. Brings up Lizzie Meyer, who grounded out to the pitcher in her first at-bat. Score is 1-0. Goshen on top. Each team here in the second inning has batted through the lineup. 0-1's your count to Bree Pryor with 2 outs. At third base, that is Vivian Goodpaster as the flip goes over to second to get Pryor for out number 3. Lady Cougars leave 3 stranded as we head to the top of the third, 1-0 Maple Leafs.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Welcome back here in the top of the third inning. Goshen up 1-0, and your batter is Sandra Rodriguez. Rodriguez was 2 for 3 in game number 2 against Grace this past Saturday. She had a double in that game. First pitch is a swing and a miss for strike number 1. Rodriguez struck out in her first at-bat. Brooke Heron with 2 strikeouts there in the top of the first inning. 0 strikeouts in the second. Pitch will miss up and outside. 1-1's your count. Rodriguez with several multi-hit games, but has yet to get 3 hits in a game this season. Down in this count, 1-2. Heron just misses on the outside corner. 2-2 now to number 27. Full count now to Sandra Rodriguez, the sophomore first baseman. Rodriguez drills that one up the gut, and that will be cut off by Meyer. Once again, Meyer doing a great job on the angles out in the center field. Her throw just a little bit right of the bag, pulled Frere off. She could have had Rodriguez. Instead, that's a double. A leadoff double for Sandra Rodriguez. That'll bring up Catherine Boyer. Boyer reached on a E1 back in the first inning, entering today with a .310 batting average. Swings at the first pitch, popped up to left field. Chamberlain has it for out number 1. That'll bring up Leah Herman. Herman entering today with a .305 batting average. In the midst of a 2-game hitting streak, went 2 for 2 in game number 1 against Grace and 1 for 3 in game number 2. Swing and a miss on that first pitch by Brooke Heron. Herman struck out in her first at-bat. Cotellis, who's on deck, hit a solo home run in her first AB. Counts evened up at 1-1 with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. Herman, probably the tallest player on Goshen's team. Down in the count, 1-2. Herman fouls it off the backstop. 1-2, now your count to Herman. Herman was 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored in game number 2 against Taylor on April the 20th. That ball hit into the outfield. Meyer, errant throw over to Pryor. Looks like she was stuck. She didn't know whether to throw it to home or to second. But no harm done as another hit by Goshen. We have runners at the corners after the single by Herman. That brings up Cotellis. Rihanna Cotellis, entering today with a .297 batting average, now has a team best 7 home runs. Cotellis now a 3-game hitting streak as she was 1 for 4 against Grace in game number 1 and 1 for 2 against Grace in game number 2. Her last home run before her last at-bat was back on April the 10th against Huntington. She had a 4-game stretch where she hit a home run in every single game against Antelope Valley, California, Benedictine Mesa out of Arizona, and Embry-Riddle again out of Arizona. She had a home run against Embry-Riddle twice. So she had 4 home runs in 4 games. It's been a while since her last home run. Once again, back on April the 10th, but here on the 30th, she picks up her 7th home run of the season. Final regular season. Other games going on in the Crossroads League. Taylor's at Huntington and Grace is at Marion. Once again, Crossroads League standing implications on the line. So that first pitch is a ball to Cotellis. Runners at first and third. Pitch misses upstairs for ball 2. Cotellis is a freshman from Wixom, Michigan. Went to Lakeland High School. So bases are loaded now with 1 out after Cotellis draws the walk. It's going to bring up Brooke Mays, who singled to center field in her first at-bat. Mays was 0 for 5 in the series against Grace this past Saturday. A 1-2 count. That ball hit right at Tucker, who makes the double play. Great grab by Taylor Tucker, getting the Lady Cougars out of a jam. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Goshen up 1-0 over St. Francis.
athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for champions. Welcome back, everyone. Leading it off for St. Francis will be Morgan Hubble. Here in the bottom of the third. Hubble in her first at bat with a double. That pitch will miss high and outside. Hubble entering today with a .310 batting average. Had a sacrifice fly to win it. Oh, right down the right field line. And they will call that foul. Boy, that's as close as it gets right there. Thought for sure she was going to kick up some chalk. Hubble, the game-winning sacrifice fly in game number 1 against Bethel this past Saturday. Sac fly that scored Donjane Chamberlain. Ball popped up, and Espinosa fields it in fair territory. That's an error on the first baseman as she drops it. So Hubble aboard on the E3. That'll bring up Brooke Heron, who was hit by a pitch in her first at-bat. Goshen with 3 hits. That's their first error. St. Francis with 3 hits and 1 error. 0-1 is your count now to Heron. Goshen College leaving 3 stranded in the top half of the inning. Heron lays down the bunt. And interference as she was hit by the ball out of the batter's box. 0-2's your count. Lady Cougars trying to get Hubble in scoring position. Heron, Tucker, Ferrer, all freshmen for the Lady Cougars. That pitch misses upstairs. 1-2's your count. Two balls, 2 strikes, your count to Brooke Heron. That ball's ripped. Nice backhanded stop. And getting the lead runner was the third baseman, Leah Herman. As Heron will reach on the fielder's choice. Nice play by Heron. Excuse me, by Herman. That brings up number 5, Taylor Tucker, who grounded out to the shortstop in her first at-bat. First pitch strike to Tucker. Tucker in the midst of a 3-game hitting streak. 1 for 3 against Huntington, 2 for 3 against Bethel, and 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored in game number 2 against Bethel. Looking to advance that streak to 4 games today. 1-1 to Tucker. Checks that for strike number 2. The 1-2. This is inside. 2-2 your count with Frere on deck. It's Brooke Heron, the pitcher, at first base. Tucker reaches at that one as it's flipped over to first base for out number 2 by Catherine Boyer, the second baseman. 2 outs brings up Frere with Brooke Heron at second base. Cassidy popped out to the catcher in her first at-bat. Frere currently a 5-game hit streak. Lizzie Meyer with a team best 7-game hit streak. 1-1 your count. 2 outs. On deck, it's Jordan Schneider. That ball, slow roller. Herman's got it and throws not in time. As coming home to score will be Brooke Heron on the RBI single by Cassidy Ferreira. We are tied at 1. So Heron able to score from second base. Brings up Schneider, who singled in her first at-bat. Then she was thrown out at home after bases were loaded. Allison White was able to fire home to Espinosa to get the force out. 1-0 is your count. Big rip by Jordan Schneider, 1-1. That pitch will miss up and in. 2-1 your count. Schneider entering today with a .273 batting average. She now has a 4-game hit streak after that single in the first inning, including the home run this past Friday. This ball is ripped right at Herman for out number 3. Lady Cougars get 1 run back as we are tied at 1 heading into the top of the 4th.
Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
1-1 here in the top of the fourth after Ferrer knocks in Brooke Heron from second base. Your first batter is number 5, Taylor Sutliff, who reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. 1-0 is the count to Sutliff. 2-0 is your count. Sutliff. That's going to extend her hitting streak to 3 games after the single in the left field. That'll bring to the plate number 32, Allison White. White, the shortstop, lays down the bunt, and it stays in fair territory. Great job there by Abby Mosier, getting her out at first. Be a sacrifice for Allison White as Sutliff advances to second base. That'll bring up Cassandra Espinosa, who popped out to the shortstop, Cassidy Ferrer, in her first at-bat, with 1 out and a runner at second base. First pitch is a strike. Mosier's been doing a great job behind the plate lately for Coach Ryan Bolin. That's moved Vivian Goodpaster out to right field. The 0-2 fouled off against the backstop with 1 out here in the top of the fourth. One, two, your count. Marion's Brina Smith was named the National Pitcher of the Week. Brooke Heron picks up her 3rd strikeout in this game and out number 2. So with 2 outs, your batter is Candace Sutter, the leadoff hitter, number 8. Candace 0 for 2 in this game, takes that first pitch for strike 1. Oh, 2 now to Sutter. Once again, Grace is at Marion, and it looks like the Knights are up 3-1 after the first inning. Other games going on. It's Huntington and Taylor University. Once again, these games are important to see where the final regular season standings shake out. Games are at Huntington University. So that ball hit off the glove of Heron. Pryor comes up firing for out number 3. Heads up play there by the second baseman as we'll head to the bottom of the fourth, tied here at Westendorf Field.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for champions. Welcome back to Westendorf Field. We are tied at 1. Goshen College getting their run in the top half of the second. It was a solo home run by Rihanna Cotelis. St. Francis getting its run in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It was an RBI by Cassidy Ferrer, who reached on an E5, scoring Brooke Heron from second base. Leading it off is number 42, Vivian Goodpaster. Vivian had a single in her first at-bat in the 2nd inning. Takes that pitch for strike 1. Goodpaster with a .275 batting average entering today. She now has a 4-game hit streak. She was 1 for 1 in game number 2 against Huntington, 2 for 3 in game number 1 against Bethel with a run scored in a double. And she was 2 for 3 with a run scored in the 2nd game against Bethel. 1-2, your count now to Goodpaster. Ball in the dirt. Doing a good job laying off that one. Counts evened up at 2-2. The 2-2, 0 outs. Ball inside nearly hits Goodpaster. Full count with 0 outs. Slow roller. A good play by the shortstop, Allison White, for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down. That'll bring up Donjanae Chamberlain. Donjanae, who walked in her first at-bat back in the 2nd. That was an inning where St. Francis left the bases loaded. Chamberlain entering today with a .230 batting average. Takes that first pitch for strike number 1. Assistant coach Doug Peterson coaching first base. Head coach Ryan Bolin at third. Slapped right back to Carpenter for out number 2. Gonna bring the plate, Brianna Pryor. Pryor 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. First pitch is a called strike to Bree. Bree was 5 for 6 with 4 runs scored this past Saturday. 2-game hitting streak under her belt. Counts evened up at 1-1. It's Lizzie Meyer, number 27, on deck. Ball in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Pryor hits it right up the gut. That's a single, will extend her hitting streak to 3 games now. That brings up Lizzie Meyer. Lizzie 0 for 1, grounded out in the 1st inning, reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. She's currently looking to extend her 7-game hit streak to a team best 8-game hit streak. With Pryor at first base. We'll see if Pryor picks up a stolen base here. She's off and running. Espinoza, quick throw. Gets away from White as Pryor will take 2. Now at third base with 2 outs. Brianna Pryor, who entered today with 86 stolen bases, now has 36 on the season. Nice throw by Espinosa from her knee. Oh, 1's your count. We're evened up at 1 apiece now to Lizzie Meyer. Espinosa, it's one of the better arms I've seen in the Crossroads League behind the plate, and throwing from her knees, so she's got a quick release. Pryor normally doesn't even get tested trying to steal second. A new single season record, 36 stolen bases. White comes up. Out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 5th. We are tied at 1 here from Westendorf Field.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Welcome back here to Westendorf Field. Leading off for Bethel is number 27, the first baseman, Sandra Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the sophomore, has had a hard time taking some of the throws at first base in this game. Goshen currently with 5 hits and 3 errors. St. Francis with 4 hits and 1 error. 1-0 is your count. Rodriguez goes to right field, and that'll bounce right in front of Goodpaster, who comes up firing, but Rodriguez still safe at first base. So leadoff batters aboard, Sandra Rodriguez. Rodriguez now 2 for 3 in this game. That's going to bring up Catherine Boyer, who reached on an E1 back in the first inning. She's 0 for 2 in this game. Boyer, the second baseman. Tucker fires her out for out number 1. That'll advance Rodriguez to second base. 1 out for Leah Herman. Herman, the third baseman, 1 for 2 in this game, had a single back in the third. Herman swings at the first pitch as Tucker goes over to Hubble for out number 2. Back-to-back assists for the freshman Taylor Tucker at third base. That'll bring up Rihanna Cotelis. Walk back in the third inning, solo home run back in the second inning. Rodriguez, Herman, and Cotelis all entering today's game with 6 home runs. Cotelis now with a team best 7. Down in this count, or up in this count, 1-0. Wind is blowing straight out to center field at 15 mile an hour. We have 70-degree temperatures here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. That ball is ripped into center. and it's off the top of the fence. Rodriguez will come home to score on the RBI double by Cotella. She nearly got her second home run of the game there. Goshen takes the lead at 2-1. That'll bring up Brooke Mays, number 16. It's the sixth hit of the game for Goshen. Mays 1 for 2, had a single back in the second inning. Rips that first pitch right up the gut. Meyer going to come home firing as Heron cuts it off. Goshen picks up another run after the RBI single by Mays. Mays will reach second on the throw. Brings up Taylor Sutliff. First pitch down low for ball one. One ball, one strike. Two-one now to Sutliff with 2 outs. Goshen scoring both their runs here with 2 outs on the board. 3-1's your count. Ooh, that pitch just misses upstairs. So now we have runners at first and second. For Allison White. White, who walked back in the second, had a sacrifice bunt back in the fourth. Checks that first pitch for strike number 1. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Heron, as White was way out in front of that pitch. 0-2's your count. 2 outs. Lazy fly ball to Ferrer for out number 3. But Goshen picks up 2 runs. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Goshen up 3-1 over your Lady Cougars.
I've been moving.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com.
Leading off for St. Francis will be number 6, Morgan Hubble, who is 1 for 2 in this game, had a double back in the first inning. Hubble entering today's action, .310 batting average, 22 hits and 71 at-bats. She now has 23 hits on the season. Swings at that first pitch as it's fouled out of play. 0-1's your count. Hubble with 7 doubles on the season. Ooh, the 0-1 hits Morgan on the right leg, on the inside of the right leg. Stunned her just a little bit. That's going to bring up Brooke Herron, the pitcher. Herron reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run back in the third, and she was hit by a pitch back in the first. Nice bunt. Carpenter had a hard time fielding that ball, and an errant throw pulls the second baseman off the bag. So that's an E1 as we have runners at first and second for Taylor Tucker. Tucker 0 for 2 in this game. Taylor entering today with a .308 batting average. Started off conference play, she was hitting about 220. It's been going up every single week as she gets both the runners over. So with one out, we have runners at second and third after the sacrifice bunt. That's going to bring to the plate number 11, Cassidy Ferrer. Goshen with 8 hits and 4 errors now. St. Francis 4 hits, 1 error. Ferrer down the count 0-1. That ball's ripped into left field. One run will come home to score, and Herron is safe at third base. So Hubble gets 1 run back here after the RBI single by Ferrer. Nice hit as she drilled that ball into left field. Herron doing a good job beating the throw at third. It's going to bring up Jordan Schneider. She had a single back in the second, 1 for 2 in this game, as Ferrer gets the stolen base. Oh, I guess they called her out at second. Looked like she was safe. 0-1's going to be her count to Schneider. Not sure if Ferrer is going to get to stay at second or not. Cougars getting 1 run back here in the bottom of the 5th on the RBI single by Ferrer. Ferrer now standing on second base. But was she thrown out? Looked like she beat that throw easily. Well, hopefully we get some clarification on what's going on here. They talked about a new rule. We'll take a break and be right back with you from Westendorf Field.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future my family, my fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. So after the multiple conferences on the field, the call is that Frere is out at second base. They were saying that the shortstop, White, was guarding the base, therefore altering the slide of Frere, which she did slide over the base. Either way, it's going to be 2 outs here. And Brooke Heron at third base. 0-1 is your count to Schneider with 2 outs. Jordan swinging a hot bat. Just rips that ball foul. All the Lady Cougar seniors have their numbers spray painted in the outfield. Cool gesture here at Westendorf Field by head coach Ryan Bull. 0-2 is your count. Pitch misses upstairs to Schneider. Jordan 1 for 2. Got her hit back in the second inning, her first at bat. Hits that ball right down the left field line, just misses the chalk. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind now blowing out to left field. Starting off this game is blowing to dead center, as that's going to be an RBI single for Jordan Schneider. It'll tie the game up at 3. Good piece of hitting there by Schneider as Brooke Heron comes home to score. Brooke, that's her 2nd run scored in this game. So Heron has scored 2 out of the 3 runs for St. Francis. That'll bring up Vivian Goodpaster. That first pitch is a strike to Goodpaster. One ball. Popped up into left field as White will make the grab for out number 3. Still, the Lady Cougars get 2 back as we head to the top of the 6th. Tied at 3 here at Westendorf Field.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless, that's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. You should see the things we do,
baby. Welcome back here in the top of the 6th inning. Lead it off for Goshen will be the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Cassandra Espinosa. And then it'll be the top of the order, Sutter and Rodriguez. As we have a new pitcher for St. Francis, it'll be number 25, Katie Gebert. Gabbard with a team best 3.05 ERA, 3-7 record on the season. In 64.1 innings pitched, she's given up 64 runs, 64 hits, 38 runs, 28 of those earned, 36 walks, 49 strikeouts. An opposing batter is hitting .254 against Katie Gabbard, the senior from Carroll High School here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And now catching is Vivian Goodpaster. And out in right field will be number 14, Ashley Morrow. As the Cougars switch it up a little bit here in the top of the 6th. Looking to get this victory. Very important win for St. Francis, currently in the midst of a 4-game win streak. As it's Espinoza to lead it off. So tied at 3 here in the top of the 6th. 2-0's the count to Espinoza. That one popped right up. Goodpaster has a chance at it and makes the basket catch. What a grab by Vivian Goodpaster for out number 1. Tough play always for the catcher. They say you want to get your back to the infield because the ball will always tail back towards the infield. First pitch to Sutter is a strike. She flashed the bunt. Goshen with 8 hits, 4 errors. St. Francis 6 hits, 1 error. Sutter down in this count 0-2. One and 2 the count after the ball upstairs. Gabbard had a good weekend in the circle on Friday and Saturday. Gabbard with 9 strikeouts in game number 2 against Bethel. Her 9 strikeouts, a season high. Her career high is 11 strikeouts. 1 and 2 the count with 1 out to Sutter with a swing and a miss. For out number 2. That'll bring to the plate Sandra Rodriguez with 2 outs. First pitch is a swing and a miss to Rodriguez. Gabbard's previous season high before the 9 strikeouts was 6 strikeouts in a game against Concordia out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Nice grab as Donjanae Chamberlain catches it on the run for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 3 here from Westendorf Field.
You know I'm back like I never left.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Leading it off for St. Francis will be number 10, Don Janae Chamberlain, here in the bottom of the 6th. Still pitching is Alexis Carpenter, the senior for Goshen. She's pitched 88 pitches, 56 strikes, 32 balls. She's faced 26 batters with 20 first pitch strikes. That first pitch will be a strike. Goshen currently has left 8 runners stranded as Don Janae Chamberlain's going to reach safely on the E4. That'll bring up Brianna Pryor. Pryor had a single back in the 4th inning and stole 2 bases before being stranded on 3rd base. St. Francis has also left 8 runners stranded in this game. That first pitch is ball number 1 to Brianna Pryor here in the bottom of the 6th. Carpenter, the righty, as that bunt gets past Heron. It's foul for strike number 1. That time, perfect bunt as Heron just gets her out at first. Pryor, though, does get Chamberlain over to second base on the sacrifice bunt. 1 out, brings up Lizzie Meyer. Lizzie still looking for her first hit. She's 0 for 2. Trying to extend her team best 7-game hit streak to 8. Hit into the gap will score Don Janae Chamberlain for the go-ahead run. Meyer down in the count 0-1. Foul ball just gets past assistant coach Doug Peterson for strike number 2. It's a good attempt. Coach Peterson, a standout track and field athlete, ran collegiately for Purdue University. Off the inside of the bat. That's going to be trouble for White as it gets behind her. Chamberlain's going to stay at second base, so we have runners at first and second now with 1 out. It's going to bring up Morgan Hubble. Nope. Yep, Hubble. Hubble was hit by a pitch and scored a run to her last at-bat back in the 5th. She's 1 for 2 in this game, had a double back in the 1st, and reached on an E3 back in the 3rd. Goshen now with 5 errors. Marion's beating Grace 10-1, and we do not have an update from the Huntington-Taylor game. Ooh. That one off of Hubble's ankle, 1-1 your count. Yeeks. Alexis Carpenter has had 1 hit and 1 at bat at the plate this year, so she's batting 1,000. 2-1 your count. 1 out. Runners at first and second base for Morgan Hubble. Hubble, who had the sacrifice fly game winner in game number 1 against Bethel. Ball right over to White. Gets the lead runner. That ball once again gets away from Rodriguez. Coming home to score is Donjanae Chamberlain for the go-ahead run. Rodriguez has struggled at first base today. Just catching the ball. So Hubble once again drives in the game. I don't want to say game winning, but go-ahead run. Oh, 1. Heron will check that one down low for ball 1. 2 outs. And Hubble at first base. Two 1 your count with 2 outs. Heron has scored twice already in this game. Was hit by a pitch in the first inning, reached on a fielder's choice in the third, and reached on a E1 back in the 5th. 3-1's a count. Heron taking all the way there now, full count. Brooke now the designated player. Katie Gebhard came in to pitch for her. Abby Mosier, who was your flex player, is no longer catching, as Goodpaster's doing the catching now. Heron comes up firing for out number 3, but the Lady Cougars take the lead. We head to the top of the 7th. St. Francis just 3 outs away from its 5th win in a row.
Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Welcome back, everybody, here in the top of the 7th inning. Lady Cougars moments away from its 5th straight victory. That first pitch will miss high and outside by Katie Gebhard. Your batter is number 24, Catherine Boyer. 1-0's to count. Two 0's to count. Goshen 3 runs on 8 hits and 5 errors. St. Francis 4 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. 2-1's your count after the swing and a miss. Boyer 0 for 3 in this game. Reached on an E1 back in the first. On a play that I thought was a hit, as it was a hit sharply back to Heron. Just went off the top of her glove. Two balls, 2 strikes. 0 outs. That pitch just misses for Katie Gebhard. Gebhard, with 1 inning under her belt, had a strikeout back in the 6th. Gebhard was able to strike out the leadoff batter, Candace Sutter. Another pitch fouled out of play. Goshen College, for the most part, this is their season right here. They have got to win this game if they want any chance of getting in the Crossroads League tournament. Really doesn't matter what Grace does. It's all about Goshen. Because that's a leadoff single. Grace already has 10 wins under their belt. I doubt that they win today at Marion. They are currently losing 12-1 in the 4th inning. That'll bring to the plate Leah Herman, the cleanup hitter. Herman, 1 for 3 in this game, had a single back in the 3rd. She plays a good third base. That will advance Boyer over to second base on the sacrifice by Herman. That'll bring up Rihanna Cotelas, who had the solo home run, nearly had another home run. The RBI double back in the 5th, hit off the top of the fence. Coach Bolin going to have a conference here with Gebhard, as you do not want to miss your pitches when they're pitching against Cotelas. St. Francis up 4-3 here with 1 out and a runner at second base.
Hey, Reed, be very selective. Super duper.
The Crossroads League tournament were to start today. St. Francis would be taking on Indiana Wesleyan in game number 1. Wesleyan with a 49-8 overall record, 30-6 in Crossroads League play. They're currently ranked number 10 in the country. Marion at number 2 in the country. Crossroads League well represented in the national standings. You never saw that 6 years ago, especially ranked number 2. It's usually reserved for the teams in the southern half of the country. Cotelas lays off that first ball. Cotelas and Herman, they each look like they might be about 6 feet tall. 2-0's the count. So Katie Gebhard is not going to give Cotelas anything to hit. As there's an open base at first, we can put her on and then have a force out at any base. And that's exactly what the Lady Cougars will do. Smart play there by Coach Ryan Bolin. Cotelas now 2 for 2 with 2 walks in this game. That'll bring up Brooke Mays, who is 2 for 3, had a RBI single in her last at-bat back in the 5th. Had a single back in the 2nd as well. 0-1's your count to Mays. One and one's a count with 1 out. Two 2-1 now to Brooke Mays. Mays is senior for the Maple Leafs. Big swing and a miss. Counts evened up at 2 apiece. It's Catherine Boyer at second base. Cotelis at first base. Pitch misses upstairs. We got a full count. Lady Cougars just 2 outs away from its 5th win in a row. Goshen with 3 runs on 9 hits and 6 errors. St. Francis 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Off-speed pitch, popped up. Tucker's got it for out number 2. Lady Cougars 1 out away from the victory here. That'll bring up a pinch hitter. It's number 52. That's Reina Moraga. Reina's a freshman from San Diego, California, went to Hilltop High School. Moraga entering today with a .310 batting average, 9 hits, 4 runs scored, and 29 at-bats with 2 home runs and 10 RBI. For the lefty, she's got home run potential. That first pitch is a strike by Gebert. One ball, 1 strike. To Moraga. Pitch low, 2-1's your count. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here. Wind blowing to left field at 12 mile an hour. Moraga's going to draw the walk. Now base is loaded with 2 outs. Brings up another pinch hitter, I believe. This is Allison White's spot, the shortstop. We got a courtesy runner. It's going to be number 5, Sutliff.
5's re-entering.
So the batter is number 10, Mackenzie Vega. Vega entering today with a .216 batting average, 8 hits, 3 runs scored, and 37 at-bats, 3 RBIs, 7 walks, 15 strikeouts. For number 10, Mackenzie Vega, the junior from Henderson, Nevada, Rancho High School. First pitch is a swing and a miss with bases loaded. 2 outs. That one fouled off the inside of the bat. Oh, what a catch by Vivian Goodpaster for out number 3. Lady Cougars win it 4-3 over Goshen. What a play there by Goodpaster. That was outstanding. Folks, we'll take one break and we'll be right back with you for some final statistics in today's game.
WP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless, that's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Westendorf Field. St. Francis winning it 4-3 over Goshen College. In this game, Morgan Hubble scoring a run, Brooke Heron scoring 2 runs, Donjanae Chamberlain with a run scored, St. Francis getting 4 runs on 7 hits, 2 RBI, Cassidy Frere and Jordan Schneider each with an RBI for your Lady Cougars. Looking at Goshen, they scored 3 runs. Scoring for the Lady Maple Leafs was Sandra Rodriguez, and Rihanna Cotelis had 2 runs scored. Cotelis also had 2 RBI and 2 walks in this game. Number 16, Brooke Mays, also had an RBI. Getting the win is Katie Gebbard in this game. Gebbard pitching 2 innings, giving up 1 strikeout and 1 walk and just 1 hit given up in this game. There was Catherine Boyer getting the single there in the top of the 7th. The Lady Cougars, with bases loaded, get the final out. It's Vivian Goodpaster with the diving grab behind the plate. An outstanding play, very athletic play for the freshman catcher. We'll shut down this broadcast, and we will be back with you for game number 2 here from Westendorf Field.